1. Abscond. To leave quickly and secretly, especially to escape the law or punishment. After stealing the jewels, the thief absconded from the scene of the crime and disappeared into the night. The bank robber absconded with the money, but the police soon caught up to him. When the boss found out that she had been embezzling funds, she absconded from the office and never returned. 2. Benign, kind and gentle, not harmful. The old woman had a benign smile that put everyone at ease. The tumor turned out to be benign, much to the relief of the patient and her family. The butterfly landed on the child's nose with a benign flutter of its wings. 3. Cacophony, a harsh, jarring sound or noise. The construction site was filled with the cacophony of jackhammers and heavy machinery. The orchestra's performance was ruined by the unexpected cacophony of a car alarm outside. The cacophony of the crowded city street made it hard to hear oneself think. 4. Debunk. To prove that something is false or exaggerated. The scientists spent years trying to debunk the myth of the Loch Ness Monster. The investigative journalist was able to debunk the conspiracy theory that had been spreading online. The magician revealed the trick behind the illusion, debunking the audience's assumptions. 5. Effervescent, bubbly, lively, and enthusiastic. The effervescent young girl skipped down the street, humming to herself. The party was full of effervescent chatter and laughter, with everyone enjoying themselves. The champagne had an effervescent quality that tickled the nose. 6. Frugal. Careful with money, not wasteful. The frugal family saved up for years to take their dream vacation. The CEO's frugal habits helped the company weather tough financial times. The frugal shopper always searched for the best deals and bargains. 7. Gregarious, sociable and outgoing, enjoying the company of others. The gregarious bartender struck up a conversation with every customer who came in. The group of friends were all very gregarious, always planning fun outings and get-togethers. The shy student found it difficult to be as gregarious as her outgoing classmates. 8. Hapless, unlucky or unfortunate. The hapless traveler missed his flight by just a few minutes. The hapless team was defeated yet again, despite their best efforts. The hapless victim of the scam lost all her savings to the con artist. 9. Iconoclast. Someone who challenges or goes against traditional or widely held beliefs or customs. The artist was seen as an iconoclast, pushing the boundaries of what was considered acceptable in his work. The politician was hailed as an iconoclast for his willingness to challenge the established norms of his party. The scientist was an iconoclast in his field, coming up with revolutionary theories that went against the prevailing dogma. 10. Juxtaposition, the placement of two things side by side for the purpose of comparison or contrast. The painting was striking in its juxtaposition of bright colors and dark shadows. The author's use of humor in a tragic scene created an interesting juxtaposition of emotions. The old and new architecture in the city created a fascinating juxtaposition of styles. Once upon a time, there was a benign and hapless young man named Jack who lived in a cacophony-filled city. He always dreamed of escaping from the noise and living a frugal life in the countryside. One day, he decided to abscond from the city and set off on a journey to find peace. As he wandered through the countryside, Jack stumbled upon an effervescent and gregarious group of travelers who welcomed him with open arms. They were all iconoclasts who rejected the norms of society and lived freely. Jack was fascinated by their way of life and decided to join them on their journey. During their travels, they came across a juxtaposition of two different worlds, a wealthy city and a poor village. The group debunked the idea that wealth equals happiness and instead found beauty in the simplicity of the village. They taught the villagers how to live frugally and be content with what they had. As they continued their journey, Jack learned that he didn't need to abscond from the city to find peace. He just needed to surround himself with like-minded people and reject the societal pressure to conform. He realized that he had found his true family in this group of travelers, and together, they lived happily ever after.